What's going on, guys? It's Stickwork from MaddenSchool.com, bringing you another Madden 20 tip. Today we're going to be on the offensive side of the ball. I'm in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook, and we're in the pistol bunch tight end formation with the play cross drag. So this is what the play looks like stock. And what I do is I just make a couple simple adjustments, and we're going to be able to beat tons of different coverages, as I'll show you. So what I normally do is block the running back, and then I put that X or square receiver, if you're on PS4, on a streak, and then I motion him across, and I'll show you guys kind of what happens here. So as you see, the Y receiver on his crossing route is just going to be wide open, and I'll show you in replay why really quick. So first off, when you send a receiver in motion, it's going to create a distraction to your opponent, as already is. He's going to be focused in on that receiver you motion. So on the streak, he's going to take away the outside third and completely grab his attention. He grabs the middle third's attention too, but the middle third's never coming down to play that crossing route anyways. And then the curl flat zone, the purple zone on the right side, is eventually just going to come down on that drag route, not even realizing that the Y receiver is on that crossing route, going over top his zone for an easy completion. And if you have space, you can rack catch it, but if you don't have space, just possession catch it and kind of move on. So the reason why I like to send the X receiver in motion on a streak is because I like having these double drags going to both sides of the field. Has nice solid check down. So when you have both of those going to opposite sides, it makes it harder for your opponent to adjust because he can't simply man up that Y route and then user one of the drags or something like that. He has to do multiple things, and we can set this play up so quick that we could just quick hike our opponent as well. So another way, when I know they're running a lot of cover 3, that I like to run this, instead of motioning the X receiver, I'm just going to show you guys one other simple thing you can do, is you can just streak the tight end. So now what you guys will see against the cover 3 is that Y receiver is still going to be open. That tight end's going to essentially do the same thing, just not as good as the X receiver, and there's going to be a little bit less space, but yes, it will still be open. The reason why I occasionally do this is because if your opponent runs a lot of cover 3 and chooses to stay in it, what he's going to have to do to stop giving up that crossing route every time is he's going to have to user that Y receiver, or if he has somebody fast here, he has to man him up. And like Madden Ultimate Team, he could be subbing in a safety here that's really good or something, but he could man up to your Y receiver to kind of take it away. Now I'll show you guys that linebacker manned up to the Y receiver so we can kind of see, or it can kind of simulate our opponent using that. So if he users that Y receiver, then we have that X receiver on his deep in, just kind of right where that space is that he would be using or that yellow zone would be playing. So kind of a cool trick to throw your opponent off even more. But now we'll go into a cover 2. And using just our normal setup, the X receiver on a streak, blocking the running back, motioning across. And you see Goodwin's going to be wide open. Once again on that over route, I'll show it again. As you see, Von Miller on the right is kind of creating havoc for my offensive line right now. So as you see, you'll be able to throw it to that Y receiver again. Easy gains on the cover 2. And this is the cover 2 with cloud flats. And then I'll show you guys the check downs as well really quick. Again, the A tight end on his drag. And then the B receiver on his drag as well. So it's just a solid crossing route concept play. That makes it easy to kind of manipulate your opponent's defense. And so now we'll move into another defense. We'll move into a cover 4. So real quick, I want to show you guys a cover 4 palm. So any type of cover 4 palms or cover 4 quarters that the defense man matches. What I mean by man matches is this right here. I'm going to run it real quick. So this play will not be open against this. Here's C, we'll motion this guy across. And as you see, everything is essentially covered. Nothing's open. I mean, Godwin makes a ridiculous catch there, but nothing's open. And so when I say man match, I'll show you guys what I mean. So for Howard, for example, when the receiver goes to the player's zone, they basically just man up on him. So we might have been able to hit Howard on the drag quickly, but as you see, this drag over here, they just basically double team him, completely follow him. Streak's completely double teamed. And then this person is just, the wide receiver is just locked down. So as you see, any type of cover 4 palms, cover 4 quarters, you don't want to run this play against. It's not good against that. But then if they're running like a cover 4 drop now, this defense isn't going to man match like that. So this is going to be a highly effective play against that type of cover 4, so as I'll show. Had to get rid of that one a little bit earlier than intended, but still a perfect pass. Jameis Winston puts it on the money with Von Miller in his face. And so as you see, that over route's is still wide open. And we got the drags underneath as well. And I'll just show you the B receivers check down one more time. And so that is pretty much it, guys. As always, it's stick work with MaddenSchool.com, and I hope you enjoyed this tip.